Your teacher model for today says if it takes Mima 1 hour to decorate 3 1/4 dozen cookies, how many dozen cookies can Mima decorate in 2 1/3 hours? You know, this week we've been working on multiplying fractions. Now we're just moving towards multiplying mixed numbers times a mixed number. So everything you're doing today is multiplying. But if not, you should be thinking about, well, I need to know the total. So that's repeated addition or multiplying. So if you have not thought about the question yet, then you need to click pause and go ahead and do your question mark. If you have, okay, I know that I'm looking for my total decorated. In 1 hour, she did 3 1/4 dozen cookies. She's going to do this for 2 1/3 hours. So I'm trying to figure out the total that she decorated these cookies. So we're going to start by drawing our rectangle box method, just like we did the other day. Okay. I'm going to split it in half for these mixed numbers. So when I split it in half, I'm going to choose to do 3 1/4. I'm going to write the whole number on one side, which was 3, the fraction on the other side, which is 1/4. So this still reads 3 1/4, but it's split in half. Now I'm going to split it in half side to side because now that's a mixed number. I'm going to put the 2 wholes in one of them, the 1/3 on the other side. So now we have 3 1/4 times 2 1/3. Just like a multiplication chart, you're going to look and then put that in the box. So this box is 3 times 2. Well, I know 3 times 2 is 6, so I'm writing it in the box and circling it. This side is 2 1/4. So this is 2 times 1/4. We've talked about that we know how to multiply a fraction times a fraction, but maybe not this whole number. So remember, what do you need to do to make that whole number a fraction? You need to put a 1 underneath it, and now you can multiply straight across as if finding a common denominator. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 4 is 4. So now I have 2/4 and I'm circling it. Moving to my next box, 1/3 times 3. So I have 1/3 times 3. Same concept as before. 3 is a whole number. I need to turn it into a fraction. So I'm going to put a 1 underneath it so that I can multiply straight across. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Now I have 3/3. 3/3 is equivalent to 1 whole, so I'm going to write 1 whole and circle it. In my last box, I'm doing 1/4 times 1/3. So I have 1/4 times 1/3. We're going to multiply straight across because it's two fractions. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 3 is not 7. 4 times 3 is 12. 1/12, and I'm circling it. Now that we have these, we need to go in and add all of these answers so that we have the totals. 6, 2 1/4, 2/4, sorry. So this is 6 and 2/4, and I'm adding that to 1 and 1/12. 1 and 1/12. Okay. So now I'm going to pause there and I'm going to erase this work so that I can now add those two numbers together. So if you need this, you need to click pause so that you can copy it down before I move to the next step of adding those mixed numbers together. Okay, so we are adding 6 and 2/4 plus 1 and 1/12 together to find our total. 6 and 2/4, 1 and 1/12 does not have a common denominator right now, so I need to change it. So I'm going to think about 12 is the bigger number, 4 smaller. So what could I multiply 4 by to get 12? 3. So I'm going to put a 3 on the top and a 3 on the bottom because remember we're trying to keep it equal. Bringing my 6 over, now multiplying straight across. 2 times 3 is 6. 4 times 3 is 12. So the equivalent fraction turned into 6 and 6/12. Bringing over 1 and 1/12, and we are adding these together. 6/12 plus 1/12 is 7/12. 6 plus 1 is 7. So my answer would be she can make 7 and 7/12 dozen cookies total in that amount of time. This needs to be in your teacher model box in your notes for today.